I believe it is appropriate that I share a brief passage from Scripture and then a reflection, and then I will offer a prayer. Moments like these are, yes, very much appropriate to mourn, but also to do more than that. In the Hebrew Scriptures, our First Testament, there's a book in the name of Ecclesiastes, and it offers this reflection from the wise teacher. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. There's a time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot that which is planted. A time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, such as this, and a time to laugh and dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent. And a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. And I wanted to share that because I believe that this is a time of mourning. It's a time when we allow our hearts to be broken open for the families and all those who knew loved ones. A time for us to be reminded of that pain and the grief, and to remember not only today, but tomorrow and next week and the months to come, that the families hold this pain. Other headlines will take precedence, but let us not forget those who continue to grieve their loved ones passing. But even as we do so, I believe it is also a time to ask some serious questions. It is appropriate that even in the midst of our grief that we ask, there's a time for accountability also. There's a time for those who may have, and I'm not making any accusations, but those who may have taken shortcuts in the safety of the airplane, it's time for accountability. It's time for the truth to be told. It's time to take responsibility for the lives of those who've been lost if judgment and expediency overtook safety. It is appropriate, I believe, in the midst of grief, to ask questions and ask for accountability. We must continue to do that. We must be vigilant. No life, not one single life, is worth the expediency of profit, of hurried competition, or of disregard for public safety. Not one life. Jesus said, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted." Oh, and how we pray for the comfort of those who are mourning today, in this place, and across the ocean. I am going to be saying a very special prayer on Saturday in Addis Ababa. I'm flying to the Democratic Republic of Congo, but going through on Ethiopian Airlines. And I will be remembering, I will take it upon myself to remember in particular those who perished and the families. May I do that on your behalf as I travel through? Let us pray.